Hi friends, for those who don't know me, my name is Miss Jordan and I am the Youth Education Coordinator at MOA. Thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of episode 13 of MOA's Mini Masters at Home. Hopefully you already watched the first video on our website, wisconsinart.org, in which we had an art discussion about 2 pieces from MOA's permanent collection. Both of them were chairs that were painted and designed in the rose modeling fashion. Then we read the story Bears on Chairs, and now it's time for our art project. So before we dive straight into our step-by-step project, let's make sure we check out the website and look at that PDF file, which will list all the supplies needed for today's project. It should look like this. Okay, so here is our list for today's project. We will be making bears out of towels or dish rags or a washcloth, and all you need is a towel. It can be a small one, it can be used, it can be old, it can be something you bought at the dollar store. And then you need 3 rubber bands. And the rubber bands can be your traditional rubber band, it can be hair ties, it can also be these tiny little clear hair ties as well that I know some of us have, the really tiny ones. So those work too. So once you have those supplies, then we are good to go. It is optional if you want to decorate your bear, then you can have fabric markers or fabric paint. But if you're using someone's towel, make sure you check with an adult before you go ahead and start decorating it. So let's go on to our step-by-step directions for making today's bear. Okay, so the first thing we do is we need a towel or a rag or something along those lines. I just went to the dollar store and bought a 4-pack of dish rags, and so mine is small. It just looks like this. There's no patterns on it. So once you have that ready, get it laid out. And I purposely made sure I could still see the crease in the middle of my towel because that will help me determine the halfway mark in the middle of that. So the first thing we want to do is we want to start at one end and we want to start rolling our towel. And we're going to go until we hit the center mark. Now you might want to have a parent or a friend or an adult or a grown-up help you do this part just because as soon as you let go it might unwind and you don't want that. I didn't have anyone, so I used a cabinet. I just pushed it up against the countertop there and then I was able to roll the other side without it unwinding on me. So once that was ready, it looked like so. And so you just have, it kind of looks like a scroll a little bit. Then you want to kind of figure out, not quite half, but just a little bit above halfway. And you are going to bend it over to the side. So you want to still be able to see this top scroll looking part. So when we bend it, we are going to do it so that you can see both scroll parts. So we're just going to twist it like that, as you can see. Okay, so up close, you can see both scroll parts. And then you're going to unwind this top one, but just this top one, like so. Okay, and you get kind of this 2 scrolls at the bottom, and then you kind of have this blank center, and then you have 2 on the side. Then you're going to grab one of your rubber bands, and you are going to figure out kind of half of this top part. Okay, and you're going to put a rubber band around it, and that's going to be your bear head. I used clear rubber bands because I felt that they held the shape better with the size of my dish rag. Again, you can use any type of rubber band. You can use twisty ties. You can make it work how you want to. I do apologize that they are clear, so it does make it a little harder to see where exactly I put them. So once you have your head in place, then you are going to have these side little guys that are part of your arms technically, and you're going to bunch them up, and that is going to be an ear. So you will put a rubber band around one part, and as you can see, you can clearly see on the other side what part you want to put the rubber band on that. So gather that up and put a rubber band, and you have your bear. So super easy once you get the hang of how to hold the cloth, twist it, and you have your little bear. Now, if you have a towel that is old or you're allowed to decorate, then you can take it a step further and decorate your bear how you want to. I kept it pretty simple and I just made a little face on mine. Super fun. If you have pipe cleaners, you can always stick them up in here and then they can sit down and put them on a chair like the story. And it's super fun. Okay, so again, here is the finished product. You can decorate your bear in any way as long as you have permission to decorate your bear. If you need that towel back, then you just have to take off your 3 rubber bands and you have your towel at the end of the day. You can do a lot of fun things with these bears. If you have pipe cleaner, you can always put pipe cleaner up in the end and then he will sit for you. Or you can make it into a puppet. You can make it into a toy for the day, a teddy bear for your road trip, something along those lines. It's really fun. So if anyone has questions, my email address is listed on that PDF file with the supplies. I'd be happy to answer any questions or share suggestions or advice, or just even see what you guys end up creating. I miss you all so much. Thank you so much for joining us for another Mini Masters at Home program. Happy creating.